Ever wondered why some muscle cars of the 1980s promised thunder but barely roared? What happened when iconic names like Camaro and Mustang lost their edge, dropping below 200 horsepower and hitting 0 to 60 miles per hour in over 9 seconds? These weren't just slow rides, they marked a painful era of power loss, confusing designs, and missed chances. How did tightening rules and rising costs strip muscle cars of their spirit? And what did that mean for fans craving speed and style? Stay with us as we break down these legendary flops and reveal how the 80s shaped the muscle car comeback. So, please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. 1982 Chevrolet Camaro Iron Duke. By 1982, the Chevrolet Camaro had strayed far from its muscle car roots. The base model arrived with the 2.5-liter Iron Duke Inline-4, a modest engine that produced only 90 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. It came with either a 3-speed automatic or 4-speed manual transmission, and the performance numbers were disappointing. A 0 to 60 miles per hour time of over 20 seconds and a top speed of around 86 miles per hour. Priced at roughly $6,000, the third-generation Camaro prioritized fuel efficiency, delivering up to 24 miles per gallon combined. While the body still looked sporty and features like bucket seats, AM/FM radio, and optional T-tops gave it some flair, the drive felt sluggish. The real problem was under the hood. The Iron Duke was originally designed for compact cars like the Pontiac Phoenix, not a performance coupe. This engine didn't belong in a Camaro. Its underwhelming acceleration, flat exhaust note, and overall lack of power stripped the car of its identity. GM's focus had shifted to meeting emission standards and improving economy during a fuel-conscious era. But in doing so, they created a Camaro that had the looks, but none of the bite that muscle car fans expected. 1982 Ford Mustang GT. The 1982 Ford Mustang GT marked the comeback of the GT badge after a long break, raising hopes for a true muscle revival. Under the hood was a 5.0-liter, 302 cubic inches V8 producing 157 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. While that was a noticeable jump from earlier years, it still left performance fans disappointed. The 0 to 60 mile per hour time of around 8.2 seconds wasn't terrible for the era, but it didn't deliver the punch expected from a Mustang GT. Priced at about $7,000, it rode on the lightweight Fox body platform, paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, helping it reach a top speed near 120 miles per hour. Fuel economy was modest, with 17 miles per gallon city and 26 miles per gallon highway. It featured dual sport mirrors, blacked-out trim, and a functional hood scoop that added aggression to its look. However, these were mostly cosmetic. The real issue was under the hood. Ford promised performance but delivered mild results. Enthusiasts saw it as a tease, with real Mustang muscle not returning until later in the decade. 1981 Pontiac Trans Am. The 1981 Pontiac Trans Am, immortalized by Smokey and the Bandit, had the looks of a legend, but not the muscle to back it up. It came equipped with a turbocharged 4.9-liter V8, delivering 200 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque. On paper, that sounded impressive, but in reality, the turbo lag, poor throttle response, and restricted airflow led to sluggish acceleration. The 0 to 60 mile per hour time hovered around 7.5 seconds. Leaving performance fans unimpressed for a car that once ruled the streets. It had a starting price close to $11,000 and offered eye-catching features like T-tops, a shaker hood scoop, sport-tuned suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes, and aggressive screaming chicken decals. Top speed reached about 120 miles per hour, and fuel economy clocked in at 15 miles per gallon city and 22 miles per gallon highway. While Pontiac aimed to blend power with tighter emission regulations, the outcome was a car that looked fast but felt tame. It became a symbol of a muscle era losing its edge, an icon weighed down by restrictions, not roar. 1980 Dodge Marada CMX. The 1980 Dodge Marada CMX aimed to merge muscle car aggression with personal luxury, but the result fell flat. Powered by a 5.9-liter V8 engine pushing 185 horsepower, and 285 pound-feet of torque, it couldn't live up to its bold design. With a curb weight near 3,800 pounds, it took over 10 seconds to hit 0 to 60 miles per hour and topped out around 108 miles per hour. Far too slow for a car that looked ready to roar. Priced close to $9,000, it was well equipped for comfort, offering a padded vinyl roof, velour or leather interior, power accessories, and even a digital dashboard on higher trims. Yet its soft suspension, focused more on smooth cruising than sharp handling, made it feel disconnected from any performance spirit. Fuel economy was a mere 15 miles per gallon combined, which didn't help its case. Despite its wide stance, hidden headlights, and aggressive grille, the Marada CMX lacked the muscle to back it up, turning it into a stylish but sluggish disappointment. Enjoying this? Subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated. 1983 Mercury Capri RS. The 1983 Mercury Capri RS rode on Ford's Fox body platform, sharing DNA with the Mustang but struggling to define its path. Under the hood sat a 5.0-liter high-output V8, delivering 175 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. It reached 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 8.5 seconds, with a top speed near 120 miles per hour. Respectable but not thrilling by muscle car standards. Starting around $8,500, the Capri RS had bold styling. Blacked-out trim, fog lamps, hood scoop, rear spoiler, and an upgraded suspension for better handling. Fuel economy ranged from 18 miles per gallon city to 25 miles per gallon highway, a decent balance for its class. However, it never fully leaned into being either a muscle car or a true sports coupe. Inconsistent trim performance, mild acceleration, and lack of a focused identity left it overshadowed by its Mustang sibling. It looked aggressive but lacked the punch. In the end, the Capri RS fell flat, stuck between categories and forgotten in the crowd. 1981 Chevrolet Monte Carlo Turbo. The 1981 Chevrolet Monte Carlo Turbo was GM's early attempt at modern performance, swapping traditional V8s for a 3.8-liter turbocharged V6. It produced 170 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque, achieving a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 9.5 seconds and a top speed of nearly 115 miles per hour. While those figures seemed promising, the reality was far less exciting. Turbo lag, hesitant throttle response, and inconsistent boost delivery made driving feel clunky instead of quick. Priced around $9,500, it did offer luxury features like a plush velour interior, vinyl roof, and even digital dashboard options. It averaged 20 miles per gallon combined, making it somewhat efficient for its size. But reliability issues with the Garrett turbo system and a lack of the throaty V8 rumble left muscle car fans cold. Despite NASCAR-inspired styling, it couldn't deliver the muscle it promised. The Monte Carlo Turbo proved that without proper engineering, turbocharging was just a gimmick. One that left this model quickly forgotten. The 1980s challenged muscle cars with emissions rules, fuel costs, and insurance spikes. Models like the Trans Am and Monte Carlo Turbo had bold looks but weak engines, often under 200 horsepower and sluggish performance. Nostalgia wasn't enough. Buyers wanted real power and better handling. By the late 80s, the Mustang 5.0 and IROC ZEET revived true V8 performance. These setbacks forced evolution, setting the stage for a 1990s muscle car comeback that finally delivered speed, style, and substance. In the end, the 1980s showed us that muscle cars couldn't survive on looks alone. They needed real power and heart. What do you think was the biggest reason muscle cars lost their roar back then? And can today's muscle cars live up to the legends of the past? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more muscle car stories, and hit the bell so you never miss a ride with us.